Hello my friends and welcome to this walkthrough of the Textguides for the Royal Open tournament. As you can see, I'm alone this time, but it doesn't matter. We're going to hype it up. We're going to go through hole number 1 to hole number 9 and try to describe how to play the holes in the best way possible. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We are almost 15,000 people. That is just so amazing. Thank you for that. If you do want to have a training session with me, check out patreon.com/golf-tommy. So we start off with hole number 1. It's a par 3 and we do have 3 lines to account for. We do have yellow line, white line, black line. Have in mind here, we're playing this one downhill, which means that the ball will be affected a little bit more than normal. If you do have headwind, I would suggest that you go either yellow or black line, and that is to use the backspin of your driver to bounce it over there. With from the first tee, which is rookie division, then you are going to play with your wood club. And then I suggest that you actually go with a Viper or actually a rocket in your bag to be able to bounce that one onto the green, make max backspin to land it properly there. If you're playing from the second tee, then it's the sniper all day and every day. I do have the Thor's hammer, but the quarterback and the rocket will work well actually from the second and from the third tee as well. Preferred ball here is with wind resistance, so a ball with a good wind resistance would be good. If you do want to have a closer look at that, check out the ball guide here on the channel as well. So we're going to go to hole number 2. This is a hole where I do believe that we can go for the green. I hope that the Golf Clash Gods gives us some good wind here to work with. So as you can see here, we're going to go mostly with the black line, and the black line is going to help us there to bounce us over to the green. We want to use the rough just after the water there as well. I suggest for rookie, I suggest a big topper combined with a berserker. If you don't have the berserker, then I would actually suggest that you go with another driver to use there. The thing that I do want to accomplish with the big topper is that we do want to have the top spin on here, as we will in many of the occasions not be able to reach that far on that fairway spot. If you do have a driver with 6 bars of topspin, otherwise I would go with that driver. Big topper is an easier way to go there. The white line gives us an opportunity to go with a short iron to go directly onto the towards the pin from that distance. If we're playing from second tee or from third tee, then it's our normal driver. I would say the Apocalypse in general, as we do get as much travel time there. But the white line, black line, if we do have the wind for it. Otherwise, no. People will go out of bounds or go into the water here, as it's not, I believe we are not going to have an easy time to reach for the green. Powerball here is definitely the one that I do believe we should go for here. Hole number 3, par 5, and we go with the black line directly. The black line kind of means that we're going to play that one straightforward here on the fairway, and then going to use the long iron or the wood club to bounce in the rough, to have a rough bump towards the pin. The white line gives us another way to play, and that only allows if we do have a wood club with a lot of backspin. So the Guardian is the perfect one to go with if you do want to play with according to the white line, as then we're going to use the max backspin to let it just stay on the green to make an easy eagle. The black line is the easiest way to get the albatross. There is no easy way, of course, to go and get an albatross, but at least we want to be able to do it as easy as possible. When it comes to rookie, I do suggest to go with the Viper. We don't need distance. The Viper is the best one here combined with the sniper. Otherwise, sniper or the Guardian for all other level. Wind resistance here for the ball. The reason for that is that we don't need distance. We will be able to reach anyway. I'm most likely going to pull out a wind resistant ball 5 here in this hole to try to give myself an easier way to bounce it in the rough to get myself that albatross. So my friends, that was hole number 3. We're going to go to hole number 4, and here you can see 3 lines again. We do have a yellow one, white one, and a black one. The black one is the most common one. the most likely going to be played from the first tee, and that is that we bounce it where the first mark is here on the guide over to the fairway to the right. From there we're going to bounce it over the rough and the bunker there up front to go to the green. That is a tough shot. The second shot is very tough as we are bouncing it from a lower position of the fairway than we are going to go up to. And that means that we will be needed to be very accurate when it comes to using backspin combined with headwind there, as we will be in many times come up short. The yellow line only applies, I would say, if we do have some kind of tailwind to be able to bounce over to the fairway spot on the left. Have in mind that if you find yourself with the bushes there, then you're going to have a hard time to play from there as they are in play. The white line looks crazy, but if we do have a lot of wind, then we can go with a berserker ball or a snow globe ball, go over directly there. Also can go with a titan ball if we're lucky, depending on what type of wind we actually are having. So this is a birdie hole, this is no eagle hole in my opinion, even though we're going to have an opportunity to make an eagle, but if you do a birdie, be happy there. Hole number 5, we come to one of the toughest par 5s that we're going to play, and it's important here to actually play this one in a very cautious way, and that I will say most likely is because of the drive. The drive is something that is tricky, and we need to be bouncing on a specific spot before the fairway starts to be a little bit bumpy. So check out the video guides for this hole, please, before you attempt to do that shot, as you will be in many times you will bounce into the bunker as you will be aiming for a further standpoint in the fairway than you should be doing. You can play it by going with a lot of curl with your second shot, which is the way I'm going to play it. But if you don't have that, try to lay up a little bit short and go according to the white line to actually get yourself to the green, which is the important part. For the people that playing in rookie division, go with a big dog here. We do want to have the distance, and the big dog also gives you the curl that can give you an easy way to get to the green in 2. Otherwise, the sniper, the cataclysm, if you play from the second or from the third tee. Hole number 6, we do come in here for a par 3. And the par 3 here is looking very tricky, as we do have a lot of bunkers. I do like to play it according to the black line, and the black line gives us an opportunity if we do have a lot of side spin. We do want to have side spin on our ball. And I do suggest that you go with a katana if you have one. If you don't have that one, go with a quasar, especially if you're playing from the front tee. Otherwise, if you're playing from the second tee or from the third tee, then I would go with a kingmaker in this occasion to actually give us the side spin that we do want to. The side spin give us the push, as the fairway do slope there on the left, so it pushes the ball into the right and gives us an easier way to get the hole in one. We do want to use 3 to 4 bars of backspin if we're having tailwind. If we're having headwind, then I would go with just 1 bar of backspin, if so 0 to 1 bar. If you want to go according to the white line, you will need to have been practiced that one a lot before that. I do believe that is a harder way to get an hole in one, but you should be bouncing over the bunkers there, go up top, and then let it fall back down. Don't use too much side spin and curl to the left, as then you will go too far to the left. Hole number 7. Here you can see this really crazy line that I've been writing down here. The thing that we do want is that we need to hit that spot there on the fairway there by the rough, and I think that is very important. And to be able to get to that, I would say, like, go there, use 2 to 3 bars of side spin to the left combined with 2 to 3 bars top spin to be able to get that one to the green in 1. So, and that applies all the levels. We're going to play with our drivers on all the levels as well. So, hole number 8, short par 4, important to make an eagle. We really, really do need to make an eagle here if we're going to be winning this tournament. So I do see one way to play this one actually. I know there will be some people that are going to be trying to go and bouncing in the rough just by the green there. The thing is, like, going according to the white line will give you have a hard time if you do miss the rough. If you do miss the rough and you will be using topspin as you're going to be going into the rough, then you are risking going out of bounds. And that is something that you don't want to do, because that will be very, very tough to recover from that. That's why I'm going with the black line. I bounce it over the bunker into the rough, rolling out to the green. And have in mind that if you're having headwind, don't use use max topspin. If you're having tailwind, use max 3 bars of topspin if you have more than 5 miles per hour tailwind. That is important, as we will have a different bounce depending on which type of wind that we actually are getting. Have in mind as well, if you're playing from the first tee, which is rookie division, that you are going with a ball that is a marlin, because otherwise you will be in between clubs. If you want to play with a wood club instead, then you can go with a Titan, but I'd rather see you going with a driver, because you do want to have a longer first bounce. Hole number 9, the last hole of the Royal Open tournament, and it's a tricky one. We do want or need to bounce according to the black line. I know there is an open fairway to the right, but that is to fool us all. We will not be able to reach for the green in 2 from that position. So go from the left side, bounce it on that fairway there over to the second marker. From there you can play it in 2 ways. Either you do have a wood club that do have distance combined with the ball, and you go into the rough near the green to let it roll down to the pin for a possible albatross. Or you bounce it, like many will do. I would say at least 9 out of 10 people, if not even more, will bounce it over the rough there on top to let it just fall back down to the pin. Give ourselves an easy eagle. This is not an albatross hole in my opinion. This is definitely an eagle hole. Have also in mind that this hole is played downhill, which means that to be able to hit that fairway spot is going to be very, very tricky. So have that in mind when you do adjust for the wind. So my friends, this was the text guides for the Royal Open tournament, and I tried to cover all the divisions, but I would absolutely be happy if you do have any questions. Please speak up in the comment section below. It's better to ask a question than let it be. I'm here to help, and we all in Team Tommy want to help you to be a better player and also improve your tournament play. I will see you in streams every day during the tournament week. We're going to stream accounts on all the divisions, like normal nowadays actually. So before the tournament starts, I will wish you the best of luck, and again, questions, make a comment in the comment section below.